Hi there, welcome to Mentoring with Mitch. I'm Paul Mitchell, leadership coach, author and founder of The Human Enterprise. And in Mentoring with Mitch, we answer your questions about all aspects of your leadership in all aspects of your life. In your personal life, in your business life, your organisational life, and in your community. And today's question is a vital one in regard to psychological safety. Let's read it. And it comes from a manager, a sales support manager. When your organisation indicates there is an important inclusion and diversity initiative, but a senior leader that's great at managing up is not supporting this with their insensitive style, in fact, from the ground up is the cause of larger than expected staff turnover, is there anything you can do to affect the change? Absolutely. Well, the first thing you can do is that you're doing it. You're worried about it. You're concerned about it. Don't turn a blind eye to an environment which is not psychologically safe, where people can't be free to be themselves, where people can't be free to turn up. So a couple of things I want to recognise. One, I want to recognise there's probably a power differential here, and it is pretty hard to go directly to people. And secondly, that sometimes if you don't have a psychologically safe environment, it feels like if I say anything, is this a career limiting move? And I do want to give you three options that I'd like you to consider, or anyone to consider if someone's insensitive or not following diversity and inclusion. And before we have a look at those three options though, isn't it important that we have all these fantastic initiatives, but it's not what's written down, it's not what's in policy, it's what people do day to day that counts. You've obviously heard the expression, you've got to walk the talk. Another one I love is it's not what's written on the walls, it's what people do in the halls that counts. And it feels like this leader is not a living role model of the diversity and inclusion policies or initiatives or care that the organisation is trying to stand by. So again, here's the three things. One, you can escalate, you can escape, or you can embrace. What do we mean by that? You can always escalate this issue to the person above your boss. You can let them know that you're concerned, you can let them know about what's happening and give them a different perspective of the way your manager's leading. This is what I love about MORs, and management wants from you, of interviews, where not your manager, but your manager's manager would be interviewing you and asking you how you're going. But if you don't have those, yes, you can escalate it. I am not recommending that. I think that's got to be one of your last resources, because once you do that, bingo, it really blows the trust. Second option is you can escape. What do I mean by that? You can leave, or you can just leave it alone, not go there. Yes, there's going to be some fallout, but you've decided that there's nothing you can do about it, so you're just going to escape the situation. Again, I'm not recommending that. So what do I recommend? Well, I recommend moving towards the tension, however hard it is, putting what I call the bowling ball on the table and embracing it. And what that means is confronting your manager in the most respectful way, the most curious way, that assuming positive intent, not meaning them any harm, and giving them some feedback. And a technique that's been around for a long while, why has it been around a long while? Because it works, is called SBI. It stands for Situation, Behaviour, Impact. So you sit down, first of all you say, look, can we talk? I've got something I really need to tell you, and it's pretty important. You even start the situation by saying, I'm a little concerned about this. I don't know how to put this to you, but I promise you it's coming from a good intention. And you talk about the situation. The situation might be sometimes we're in meetings, the situation might be one-on-ones, sometimes when you do presentations. So frame the whole thing in situation. Then, and here's the key, specify it in behavioural terms. Don't say you use insensitive language. That's a judgment, not a behaviour. Don't say, I think you're bullying. That's a judgment, not a behaviour. Put it in behavioural terms. Sometimes, a boss, you talk over people. Sometimes you don't let them finish. Sometimes you make remarks which I think are intended to be funny, but they can be quite hurtful. Whoa, that's really going to put them on the back foot. And then you have to come in with the impact. And the impact is, I'm concerned. Is this possibly ruining your reputation, your own personal brand? I think a lot of our turnover is because of this. I think a lot of our morale or our lack of engagement is because of this behaviour. And what I prefer, and then talk about the behaviour that you preferred. Now, will they do anything? I don't know. But here's the main point. You've done something. You've embraced it. you've modeled the very behaviors that are important in a workplace to get psychological safety, and that's to put stuff on the table. Is it going to be tough? Does it take a lot of courage? Absolutely. And I know you can do it, because unless we all do that and put the stuff on the table, we will never have psychologically safe environments where people can really thrive. I hope that's helped. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope that's helped, or at least given you a couple of first steps. And if you have questions about leadership, leadership at home, leadership at work, or leadership in your community, we would love to hear from you. Please visit mentoringwithmitch.com and we'll get through as many questions as we can. And also subscribe so you make sure you get to hear every episode. And importantly, if you've got friends or colleagues or even family that you think would benefit from hearing some of these answers or some mentoring with Mitch, please make sure you share with them as well. Until next time, find the passion, develop the skills, make the numbers, and make a difference.